Welcome, everybody, to the Tawnya Love Show, and thank you all that are taking the time to join us today. Even when there's big, super, like not Super Bowl, but football games going on, and you're here anyway, that is awesome. So I just wanted to thank you all for joining us, and a little shout out to our local team, Seattle Seahawks, because they completely did awesome today. I'm not a huge football follower anymore. I used to be into it, but I just heard that that was quite a comeback for them. So a little shout out for those Warriors out there. And today I just feel inspired. First of all, before we get started, I'm going to talk about one of the healing clients I just had the honor of assisting, and I just wanted to share a little bit of this testimonial of that experience. And then we're going to get into the topic today. We'll be talking about the alignment and the power behind all that we all have. Every one of us has this power and this ability to manifest the life and the dreams of our desires, or the desires of our highest dreams. We each have that power and potential. And so we're going to get into some discussion connecting with the laws of attraction and helping us to all really tune in to how we can stay in our alignment as we manifest and not lose our focal point, which can be really easy if we start to focus on the problems or what's wrong or what, the pain is or the anger around us. It can really distract us vibrationally. So we're going to get into that discussion today. But first, I wanted to give honor to one of the healing clients I had the pleasure of assisting today. We had a auric clearing, and last night I led a past life regression workshop, and it was really powerful and amazing. The different things that came up for the people that attended. And these souls, they were very much, I knew them. I knew I had met them before in other lives, but I just met them for the first time recently in this life. And it was interesting because one of the women, she's come to me before for a healing session. The two new people were brand new, but the other client I'm going to talk to you about, she's come in before, and she had some amazing things come up in her past life regression that really were even helping me understand her and my own connection. And the reason there's been some really weird, interesting energies coming in and kind of trying to silence us and try to enslave us. And I feel like I just am so proud of this soul of how much she's gone through. And the reason I share her story is because each of you tuning in have been through your own thing. And some of you have been through a lot of darkness and a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. And not always have you maybe felt like you had anyone there supporting you or helping you to heal that. And this is a soul that she's very young. She's in her early 20s. But what she's been through is amazing. Like the darkness she has traveled through, and the fact that she has come through so much in such a fast, short period of time, and she's rising and claiming back her power. And today, during her healing session, I was just so compassionately connected with her pain, the pain she was going through and processing, but also staying with her, almost like being a woman that you can feel the compassion for a woman when she's in labor and she's going through pain, and you can't stop the pain, and she has to go through it to get this energy to be birthed. But to be there with her and move through that with her was so honoring and so amazing. And I just wanted to give her so much honor. And each of you souls that come and you work with healers like myself, and you come into this place of vulnerability and trust, and you learn to discern the ones that are here to help you and the ones that are here to enslave you. And I just give you all so much credit and so much honor for that test, because there is so much we're being tested with. There's so much to be discerning of these days. And it's really important that we love and honor ourselves, and that we stay in that alignment, and that we do our healing work, and that it's so worth it. And so watching her go through that, it was very much like I've been with my sister, and I've been with a couple other women when they were having babies, like friends of mine. And you feel such compassion and you want to help them with their pain, but you're just there with them, kind of breathing through it. And that's what it reminded me of today. And I had tears flowing with her while she's crying and I'm crying, but it was beautiful. And at the end, there was so much release and so much reclaiming of power that it blew both of our minds, and it was amazing to be a part of. And so I just really wanted to give her honor for the courage that she took to choose to face that kind of pain, And I share that because each of you that are choosing that and courage, having the courage to face your pain and to clear your ego, to clear all that shadow energy that you've attached to really look at your addictions instead of being afraid of seeing that you have some stuff that you've been hiding, but to have the courage to pull it out and put it in the light. I give you all so much honor for that because that takes true courage and that is true power. To hide it, to try to seem like you're above it, to lie, to deceive, to hold things in shadow, that is not the courageous path and it's not going to help you or anyone else heal. And so I just wanted to really give honor to those that I see. As a healer, I've had so many clients coming in over the last couple of weeks doing amazing healing work. And I just feel like 2015, there's going to be some really awesome things shifting. I can just feel it because I see the enthusiasm and the courage of you humans that are stepping in and that you're like, I'm done with suffering. I am done carrying these shackles. I am done carrying this unconscious vibrational misalignment around with me and knowing it's affecting me. And you're stepping in and you're clearing it. And so I just want to give you all the highest honor because that is such courageous work. And it is such an honor to assist each of you and to be a part of that with you. So thank you. We are definitely benefiting from this together. Um, as we go into our discussion on manifestation, I encourage you guys, if you want to call in, to call in. If you want to write in with questions, if you have somewhere where you're struggling with manifestation, or maybe there's somewhere that you're doing awesome with manifestation and something you've really figured out that's working for you amazingly, I encourage you to share that on the live feed. And if you haven't logged in, go and take a minute to just log in, put your name, or you could say you're Mickey Mouse today. But just log in and let us know anything that you'd like answered or you'd like some guidance on, because that's going to help me help you. So I'll take a minute and see. Amnon, is anybody tuning in or anybody got any questions or anything so far?
No, they're just saying hello, Tanya.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining. So yeah, take a minute and chat with Amnon if you guys want to ask him anything, and then he'll direct that question to me. Um, to get started, I'm just going to start focusing back, and we've done shows in the past about laws of attraction. And if we can all keep things simple, I promise you, I can help you become manifesting masters today. But you have to really look at where you're sabotaging yourself, and you have to really dare to try another way. Another thing that I've observed with many humans that struggle with manifestation is that they will get really great ideas. They'll get the new book, like this. I'm going to show you this book. I've showed it to y'all before. Getting into the Vortex, and it's got a guided meditation CD on the back of it by Esther and Jerry Hicks. It's the teachings of Abram. Amazing, amazing consciousness, amazing information. But if you aren't understanding what I'm talking about, if you've never been introduced to that, I encourage you to start tuning in on that, on laws of attraction. And let's keep it simple because sometimes we make things really complicated. We want to make things complex, and our egos love that. And we don't really need that to manifest. In fact, I found that the more simple we get, the more focused and simple we are with our energy and our vibration, powerful manifestation begins to happen. The first thing I'm going to tell all of you is that every single one of you tuning in today are powerful creators. Every single one of you. And if there's any part of you that doesn't believe that, I encourage you to look into everything you've created. Because if we're focused on lack, and if we're focused on poverty, and if we're focused on suffering and sickness and problems, you're going to create more of it. You're going to attract it to you like a magnet. And voila, welcome to the misaligned life and magical manifestation of suffering. Doesn't sound very fun. And if that's what you're creating, first thing I encourage you to do is to claim your power in the fact that you are co-creating it. If you don't want to see that you are creating your suffering, then that's going to be one of your first sabotaging techniques that you will use, because then you can blame others and you can try to pretend like you're no part of the creation. And if you want to really step into your power, you have to realize I am creating through my thoughts, through my spoken word, through my actions. So if we're creating beauty, if we're creating magic, if we're creating harmony, if we're creating healing and love and abundance, then you're also a powerful creator. You're just better focused on what you want instead of what you don't want. The ones that are creating suffering and sickness, you're no one's against you. You're not being punished. It's just you're temporarily focusing in the wrong direction. You're focusing in a misaligned direction of lack and suffering and separation. And because of it, you're creating that experience. So all it takes is a simple shift in perspective. If I am focused over here and I'm in anger and I'm in fear, then if I catch that and I have awareness of truth that, wow, I just let my ego take me for a ride and I was in fear, then I can catch that and I can redirect over here. I am powerful. I am loved. I am deserving. And I now focus on the joy, the love, the beauty, the harmony, the abundance that is on its way to me. Then you're going to shift gears and you're going to shift what your experience will be. For some of you, what I have observed is that you will focus here temporarily on abundance, like I have affirmations. I am powerful. I am healthy. I am happy. I am supported. And you're writing them in your journal. You're saying them. You're thinking them for a little while. And then something comes along, like a bill that you have to pay. And you're like, oh my God, I don't have that money. Oh my God, I don't have enough. There's not enough. I'm in fear. And so then vibrationally, you go into fear. And now all of that alignment that you're like building energy in your alignment, you're building it when you're focused over here in abundance. But when you shift to fear, it's like you drop in vibration very suddenly. And if you catch it quick enough, then you can go, whoa, I've been here before. This is where I used to go all the time. I'd go to the land of fear, but let me redirect back to, even though there's this bill, there is plenty of abundance. The angels are going to supply all my need. Thank you, angels, for bringing everything I need. Thank you for taking care of all the details. So if you keep your focus here, you're building this vibrational escrow and it's coming to you. The thing that I see so many do is they lose their focal point too quickly and they shift right back to fear, right back to lack and poverty consciousness, and you keep creating it. So when you're doing this enough, things like laws of attraction, you play with them for 5, 10 minutes. Oh, I noticed, when I meditated for a little bit, I felt a temporary relief. And then I did this for a few days and I noticed I got paid $50. I found $50 or someone gave me some money. Oh, wow. Oh, crap. Someone just triggered my fear. Now, because I'm so used to going there, I go right there without questioning it. I stay there maybe for a minute or maybe for a week or a month. But what we need to start realizing is we choose where we go. If we go into the land of lack and fear and separation, then we create more energy of that experience. It's the law of attraction. It does not matter if where you're born, what your race is, your religion, if you're religious, if you're not, if you're a female, a male, doesn't matter. It's not about your worth or anything about your deservability. It is about your vibrational alignment. So a soul that feels like I am worthy of goodness, I deserve good, will be focused in unity consciousness, will be focused in love and light, and they will be attracting that to them. A soul that believes that they deserve to be punished and that they, aren't worthy, they will focus on the lack and the poverty and they will struggle there and struggle there until they've had enough. Now, every single soul has to choose when they've had enough. I cannot tell a soul when it's been time for them to stop going through suffering. If I could, I would have done this for everyone by now. But I've watched and I can't. Even with the closest ones to me, my children, my family that I love, all I can do is shine the light on them, shine the light of that truth, even if it makes them uncomfortable. And sometimes it makes them very uncomfortable. If you see someone that's suffering because they have a belief system that is so rigid that everyone hates me because I'm black, and they really believe that, and so they cling to that belief system and they suffer and suffer, you can hold and shine the light on them of truth, which is to help guide them out of that belief system. You're there to help them see that's not the truth. I see and I have compassion for why you believe that, but it is not truth. And if you could shift your focal point to how deserving you are and to how worthy you are, you will create miracles. You will create and manifest abundance. So when a soul chooses to go into suffering, all we can do is shine the light to help them see where they've lost their alignment, and then we can gently guide them to find that alignment again. If a soul becomes violent with you, let's say you have a brother who's a heroin addict and you love your brother, but he is out of alignment and he is causing a lot of damage for everyone in the environment, this can be where it comes to this place of tough love. We used to call it tough love. I call it empowered love. This is more, I feel like that word needs to shift because tough love almost feels like we're being mean and bullying with it. But empowered love means I love myself so fully that I will not tolerate your misalignment and I will not enable it. I will not continue to cater to your misalignment. And we shine that light so intently that they either shift or they shift on out of your movie for a while. And this is something we need to all get comfortable with because we're not here to attach to each other. We're not here to control people's journey of where they go or when it's time for them to learn a lesson. Every soul has to go through that on their own, even if they're your brother, your sister, your mother, your child, doesn't matter. No attachment to role and title. So when we ourselves are in alignment, we will create abundance and beauty. And if all the ones around us are not doing it, it is not ours to carry. All we're here to do is to keep shining that light, to keep being that example of leadership in alignment. And if they listen and they're ready to observe what you understand, they will start to shift. If they ask you questions, you can help them. This is how I work with clients. I don't go seek clients. I don't go out and, you know what you need. Let me bring you some angels. I don't go to door like, you need angels. Have you heard about the angels? Not at all the way that alignment works. What you do is you just live so powerfully and confidently and shine so brightly in your alignment. Others are watching that and they wonder, what do you have figured out? And then they come and they ask. So I'll have clients come to me, Tawnya, I just really feel drawn to mentor with you. Would you be willing to mentor with me on healing? And if I feel an alignment with them and I feel a respect and an honor, yes, that sounds great. Let's co-create together. However, if I've had people come to me and ask to, they're curious about working with me and they project hatred, they want to start shaming me for my prices, or they want to shame me because I speak differently than they think I should, then I just simply tell them, I am not the one to work with you, and you're shaming others for them speaking their truth, not really in alignment. You need to figure that out, and good luck to you. We do not have to be attached to people. And I feel like to be an empowered healer, we really need to understand that we're not here to be a doormat for anyone, and we do not have to give our stuff away for free. There is so much to heal in regards to that. I feel like so many healers have been in a position where they have been martyrs, or they've been in religious situations where they had to give vows of poverty, or they had to give vows to just, I just give it all away. This makes me a good, holy person. I don't agree with that. I feel that when we're in our power, we're in our wholeness, then we will benefit as much as the ones we're giving to. It should be a co-creative experience of beauty, harmony, and honor. So for me, when I'm focusing on that alignment, I focus on the love and I give gratitude to spirit. I thank my angels for bringing me these honoring clients, for bringing souls to me that are ready to heal. They're ready to release themselves from enslavement. They're ready to come into their power. I draw it in like a magnet. I draw in clients who pay me what I am worth. They pay me above and beyond what I ask often, and they show me the greatest honor. There are clients that at times my heart says, give to them. They really need to be shown love, and I will do that. I will give them a gift, or I will give them a free session from my heart's feeling of that, not from someone giving me obligation or guilt. So when we're manifesting, it's important that each of us is in alignment. If I am going down the street and I see a homeless person, like the other day, this literally happened. I'm driving down the street. There's a guy holding a sign and it said karmic payment. And he's a homeless guy and he's probably like 20s, somewhere in his early 20s. And I just felt the energy and intention of him. And I was just like, what are you doing, man? Like, go get a job. And there is no way that me driving up and I see you holding a sign saying karmic payment that I owe you anything because you're putting those words there. But do you know how many people will go and see that and feel kind of, oh, I don't have bad karma? It's almost like a superstition thing. So they'll give money. And what they're doing is they're enabling this person to manipulate people and to manipulate their energy and to take from them. That is not alignment. So we want to really watch how, am I really helping another or am I enabling another with my giving? And I feel like with our manifestation, we want to really be discerning of what we're helping to create. Because big picture, every single thing each of you are choosing to do, everything you're thinking about and every choice you make is creating this new earth. If we are giving our energy or our power to those who are out of alignment, we are creating that in our new earth. Is that what you want? That is not what I want. If you are empowering, you are shining light, you are bringing wisdom, you are guiding others to look at the alignment and the bigger picture, the infinite possibility realms, then you're creating that earth. That's an earth that I'm here to help co-create. So if you look at each of your behaviors, each of your thoughts, and each of your actions, everyone watching today is co-creating together a new earth. So if we feel like we're afraid of offending grandma, and so we always walk on eggshells around grandma, and we never have the courage to shine the light on grandma's misalignment, we're enabling that misalignment. If you focus on your fear and on your lack and on your suffering and on your wounds and you cling to your story of your past, you are creating suffering and you are creating that for your new earth. So if each of you can see that, that's enough. We each, I feel if you're even on the show watching today, there's enough consciousness in you to get this. Now it's just about consistent focal point. So if you're focusing on the good, you're focusing on what you love, you're focusing on the abundance, the joy, the light, you are co-creating it. We need to hold our focus there. We need to hold it there so intently that we cannot get anything but that light back, but that love and that honor back. I promise you, if you practice this consistently, you will blow your own minds of your capabilities in creation and how worthy and how deserving you really are. It's always been there. It's just some of you don't believe you deserve it. Some of you really believe that you're not good enough. To your core, that is the deepest wound I assist as a healer with healing souls with every day is something happened in their journey. It could have been this life or another life where they took on this belief system that was projected upon them that they were not worthy, they were not good enough, and that they were weak. And they submitted to that power. They gave their power away again and again, and they suffer greatly. Is that what you want to be doing? Are you guys done with that? And really we have to get to a place where we're done with that. Where I'm like, I am done. Those moments, feel that emotion, feel that energy. It is very important to feel energy and not to block energy, not suppress it, not hold our emotions in like, oh, it's not appropriate for me to feel this. I've helped so many clients who have had things where huge breakthroughs where they see that, Tanya, I feel like I'm bad to feel anger. And so because of it, it's like I feel okay to cry, but if I have anger, it makes me feel like I'm losing my control, my power, so I have to hold that in. I was so proud of this soul for seeing that and that was not truth. It was what she had been projected on her, this projection of if you feel anger, you're a bad girl and you're crazy and you've lost your mind if you feel anger. The only way you're going to lose your mind and act crazy is when you suppress that energy. When we suppress an energy, it is like we are building a bomb. We are pushing energy, pushing energy, pushing energy down, and eventually it's going to start building and poof, explode like a freaking volcano. And it could be on some innocent bystander, lady at the gas station. What is happening? And so I encourage you all to really look into that need to really honor your feelings. Archangel Ariel's here shining so brightly on humanity right now, and she is trying her best through consciousness to reach each of us and to guide us to each step back into our power, to each realize how infinite, mighty, and powerful we are, and for all of us to really discern energy every moment, not attached because of belief system, not attached because we've worked with that person before or because they're our sister, our friend. That is not integrity. You want to stay in your alignment as the observer, not be attached to others' energy. You want to observe it and you want to honor what you feel. And if we have the wisdom to start feeling and discerning energy, we will learn everything we need to learn. But many of us don't do that. We just go in and we kind of turn off our awareness because we feel like we need to seek and follow someone and we need to have them tell us the way. That is not true. You each know the way inside. I'm here just to guide you back to that. I'm not even here to tell you to follow Tanya. I could care less if you follow Tanya. I am not here to gather followers. I truly am here to help each of you realize how powerful you are and connect with that power, claim it back, and stop submitting to others and giving them your energy and power. It is not going to help you. It's not going to serve you if you really want to come into your true powers of creation. So I'm going to give a little break and see if there's anybody got any questions or any comments on
There
what we're
is
talking about.
there is one comment from Leslie, and
Mm-hmm.
she says, I know I'm worthy.
I know I'm worthy.
Yep.
Yes, you are, Leslie. Damn straight. And it's great to know that. And when we get to that place, I promise you, the reasons you're struggling at manifesting are not about your worthiness. It is about your vibrational alignment. So, if we get back into energy again, let's go back to the simple land of energy. Everything is energy. Every emotion you feel is an energy. As a healer, I help people tune in and they'll feel anger or pain or sadness in their bodies and in their emotional field. And they attach to it a lot of times, like, this is mine, this is my pain, and I'm carrying it in my belly. It is my pain, and it's got a story. That is great. If you want to carry that pain and suffer, keep doing that. If you're ready to stop suffering, you tune in and you connect with that energy of pain. It is an energy of pain, and it is temporarily, if you let it temporarily be there to teach you, it comes to teach us, and then we can learn from it, we can feel it completely, and then we release it. If we don't understand that recipe of how energy will come in to teach us, then we'll have it come. We feel it's a bad thing. It's something we don't want anyone to know about. We suppress it, we push it down, and it attaches to us. And eventually, it literally affects the physical body. So anything that we have in our bodies, like we talked about last week when we were doing a little bit of tapping, we can tune in and we can feel that energy and realize I am a powerful being. This is just energy. My heart hurts. Someone betrayed me. It is just an energy of pain. I am feeling an energy of pain, and I am a powerful energy. I'm a powerful healer. I am a powerful being, and I can clear this energy. It is no big deal. It's just an energy. And the more that we realize that, we can keep ourselves in alignment, and it will help us with our manifestation. So if we're really wanting to manifest more money and you've been struggling with that and you're just like, Tanya, I focused and I meditate a little bit and I say my affirmations, but I just don't feel like anything's coming in. Pay attention to how long, first of all, you're really focusing on the alignment of what you want. This is when you go into meditation every day, 10, 15 minutes a day, and you are meditating and visualizing everything you want, all of those goals and dreams, people showing you love, honor, you have plenty of money, you see yourself cashing your checks at the bank and you feel amazing and you're getting money doing what you love, like really living out your soul mission. And at the end of that visualization, when you're seeing all that energy come into your center, remember you're like that magnetic beam, and all of your hopes and dreams are like little metal BBs coming into your center. You want to visualize it like that and then get a true, clear, emotional feeling of having that. You want to be one with that vision, that dream of that soulmate that you want. You don't just imagine he's there somewhere and you wish for him, but oh, I'm in agony because he's not with me, and maybe he'll never be with me. Vibrationally, you are not with that soulmate. You can't be with them because vibrationally, you're here and you believe they're way over there and they can't be, they're unattainable. So you want to be here and you want to visualize all of that goodness coming here right with you and emotionally feel, what does that feel like? So if I can imagine, like before I had this show, I wanted to help and I wanted to speak out in the world and I wanted to have an opportunity to share messages of truth and empower the world. And I didn't have the show yet. I just had that desire, and I would imagine it like that would be amazing. I could have this opportunity to speak and to help others and to guide them. And I felt how amazing that would feel and how empowering that would feel and how fun that would be. And I just held that vibration. I will promise, I will really honestly say with this manifestation, I held that vibration maybe a couple weeks. And then random synchronistic events started to happen where I was guided into a show. And then I ended up chatting with Amnon and was interviewed by a woman. And voila, I'm now speaking on an internet show. It really happened like that. It wasn't me like writing to anybody, hey, am I worthy? Do you think it would be okay if I could talk on your show? And they're like, I don't know, what's your worth? Send me your resume. We don't really need to manifest in that way. We can, but I found that the way I most powerfully manifest is I visualize and I feel the emotional, energetic connection to my dream. I truly believe I will be on a stage one day. I visualize it speaking to thousands, inspiring them, leading them, guiding them back to themselves. It is my soul mission. I'm going to do it. I'm on the path of that. And vibrationally, every time I visualize that in meditation and I see it and I feel it and how awesome it feels, I am powerfully drawing it to my center. I'm not seeing that it's separate than me. I'm not saying that, oh, look at Ellen DeGeneres has a show. I wish I could have a show, but look at she's Ellen and I'm just Tanya. This would be how a lot of us do it. We see that thing as very far away, and is it even possible for me? Am I even worthy? It's not about that. It is about your alignment, your your vibrational alignment with that possibility, and you're feeling that emotional connection to it. Same thing with a soulmate. You imagine being with them, how good it feels to hug them and snuggle with them and get kisses and walk, go on walks holding hands. Feel the emotion of it. Feel how powerful that feels and how good that would feel. And to have someone who really honors you and loves you, you want to go into that vibrational place and feel it into being. It's not about just imagining it in a very disconnected way or just wishing, like empty wishing. It's about vibrational feeling into reality. And I promise if you guys can practice this and you can hold your focal point there long enough and you can be consistent with that vibration, the universe is sending it to you and it is sending it to you powerfully. My true love, Ron, he came in a couple actually with him that morning. I was leaving a bad relationship. I had left my marriage of 20 years about 6 months before, and I was on a date with some guy, and it was not going well, and he was really vibrationally reminding me of the ex I had already worked very hard to get away from. Very misaligned energy, wounded. I felt like he was a sweet guy in his core. There was goodness, but he was not ready for a powerful woman, and I knew it. So I left his house and I was just kind of like out loud talking to my angels in the car, like, what the hell? I am so done with these guys that can't handle my power. I am done with these men who they're drawn to my power and then they want to slowly kind of put my flame down. Like, Tanya, you're shining a little too bright. Let's just dim that a little bit so that I can handle you. Okay. Because you're just a little too bright. And so in the past, Tanya would go for that. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I shining too bright? Let me kind of dim my light so that you guys feel comfortable. I'm not here to do that anymore. And that day, I remember out loud talking to my angels, like, I am done with this and I am ready for the one. I am ready for my twin flame, the one who's here to see me, support my soul mission. I'm here to support them. I'm here to support their soul mission. And I love them. They love me. It's beautiful. I could feel that energy. And I went home and I was preparing for a laws of attraction workshop. Just look at what I'm sharing with all of you today. And I am not joking you. That night, I was teaching a workshop. The very night of that calling it forth, I was calling it in. I was at that workshop, and Ron Jones comes walking into the gallery. He's sitting in the audience. He's listening to what I have to say. And afterwards, asked me out, which I was thinking was just to talk to me as a fellow artist, because we're both artists. And I was just kind of like, oh, that's nice. We'll go get some dinner. And as I was sitting there, I realized this is a date. Like, this guy is definitely wanting to take me on a date. And then I started to really observe, what's this about? That night, as he was telling me a story, he opens up to me and says, you know what, Tanya? I feel like for the first time, I really see you. And then I was like, oh crap. Like, here we go. And the rest is history. We have been together ever since. He asked me to marry him 9 days later. This was a woman who said I would never get married again. And so it's funny, we will promise these things like, I will never go through that. And what I really wanted was I never wanted to be hurt and I never wanted to be enslaved or controlled again. I never wanted a man to feel he owned me and could take my power. And I learned a lot from that marriage. I learned a lot from that part of my life. I have learned a lot from those who've enslaved me. And I send them the greatest honor because they woke this warrior up. And thank you, because I am doing my soul mission now, and you were a great part of that mission. You're a great part of what put me where I am today. So if we all can look at these things, we can see that it doesn't have to take long time to manifest something. I manifested my twin flame in less than 24 hours. He showed up. Now, I'm not going to say it's all going to happen that fast, but what is amazing is the more you focus on that alignment, you don't worry about the details and you thank spirit for working all the details out. You just sit back and you listen and feel the awareness of your next aligned action. If you feel an inspiration to go and sign up for that workshop, you do it. If you feel an inspiration to go check in on how much houses are to rent for your healing retreat, you do it, which I just was doing. And you want to honor that. So if I sit back and I'm like, I want to lead healing retreats, that would be so much fun. But I'm afraid to take action because what if it doesn't work out? What if no one comes? All the fear stuff that a lot of us do. It is normal to have fear. It is normal to feel worried and nervous about a new dream because it's new. You've never gone there before. But what I encourage you to do is honor that feeling and then go into your meditation and feel that alignment with doing that thing that you want to do. feel it so strongly that when you come out of that meditation, when you get an intuition to go take action, go do it right away. Go and just call and ask questions about houses for rent. That's what I do. And you feel amazing. Every time you do that, you feel more and more empowered and you feel more and more capable, and you'll realize how powerful you really all are. And we can manifest anything. I promise you that. It is not, there are no limitations here. So I'm going to pause. Is there anybody got any feedback or questions, comments, stories?
No questions. Leslie's added, she said, I did not feel this way all my life. She was saying that she knows she was worthy.
Yes.
And then
Did she
Jeff,
often feel unworthy?
I don't know, Leslie, you can answer this. And then
Yeah, Leslie, let us know.
Jeff is commenting on this. Don't allow anybody to take this feeling away from you.
Indeed.
And
Thank you, Jeff.
I said that I agree with Jeff, but I don't think that she will ever let anybody take it away.
Yes. And what he's saying, it's like for all of you, don't allow anyone to take your power. Do not give it to anyone. I'm not joking.
Right.
We have all been so taught to submit power. It's like so almost normal in society to do this. It is not aligned. And the more we do it every little day, every single day, we each get tested with this in our own way. So Amnon may get tested in his own way. Tomorrow, something may come in to challenge him choosing his own power. I can get tested with it today. Leslie could get tested with it. Jeff gets tested with it. All of us will. But I promise you that as you stand firmly in your power, you do not have to apologize or submit to anyone who thinks that they need to take your power or control you, to control your freedom, your expression, your creativity. No, stop giving it away. No one can take your power unless you give it to them. I've learned this, and I had to really honor and forgive myself for things in my life when I realized in my woundedness, in my own coma, I was like a sleepwalker, and I was taught to go into a coma because very early in life, hey, we don't really like that shine. Let's dim that a little. And that happened a lot and a lot until finally you start conforming to the system. You conform to becoming numb and robotic and doing what they think you should do and not even question what you feel is truthful or what is in alignment. This is so important for us. I feel like what is happening planetary with archangels coming in and with when Archangel Ariel comes in and Michael and all the angelic beings I connect with and galactic ones that are coming in to support Earth and humanity's awakening, this is what they're here to help us with. Humanity has been enslaved for a long time. We have bought into the system, we've been a part of the system, we've enabled the system, and in order to dismantle it, we each have to take our power back. We each have to stop participating in misalignment. We have to stop catering and cowering and bowing down to those who are out of alignment. And you don't really need to be taught about how to know it. You feel it. In a second, you can feel someone trying to take your power, someone trying to take your voice, someone trying to shame you into submission. You know it. You feel it. And it's important that we start to wake up to how that feels so that we claim that power back. This is how we're going to be the most powerful creators. Every one of you listening are powerful creators. You do not have to go to someone's workshop and get the answers from them. You don't have to go to a psychic. You don't have to go to your priest. You don't have to go to anyone to ask them for your guidance and your answers. You need to get quiet and you need to get internally connected, connecting yourself to source. When we give our power away, the metaphor I get is when someone gives their power away. And a lot of times when we're in rescue mode, we want to go help people. We're like, oh, I really like this guy, but he doesn't really treat me with respect, but he seems like such a nice guy and I really want to help him. So I'm going to take off my oxygen mask and I'm going to give it to him because I care about him. Well, I start to suffocate. Well, I start to lose my alignment and he just takes off with my oxygen mask. And we have to stop this. This is not self-love. This is not empowered love. We have to keep that oxygen mask on at all times, keep in our alignment. And what we're here to do is not rescue and give our mask away. We're here to shine the light on others and say, hey, you need to hook up your mask, man. You need to get it back on. And so that is what humanity is needing right now. We're each needing to be redirected to get our own connection with our own source. We need to get our mask hooked back on. We need to get our alignment back. If that means you go on walks in nature, which I highly encourage every day to have nature time, if that helps you connect, you do it and you honor that and you go and you listen. And when you know what to say, you say it. If it's for you just being quiet in meditation, you do that. And there's times where we're in meditation just to be quiet and be receptive and listen so that then we know what aligned action to take. Practice that. Practice being good listeners. The gifts and the magic I have are truly from being a great listener. I am an amazing listener, and that's about it. That's really the power. What I do with that listening helps so many, and it helps myself as well. So it's not about thinking you got to go and become a magician and you got to learn all these tricks. It's really about being quiet, shutting down that ego chatter, and being still and receptive and listening. And you will know exactly what to say, exactly what to do, exactly what to focus on moment by moment when you become more receptive and you become more quiet and still. So, any other information or feedback, guys?
Yeah, Leslie's is saying to your, I guess, to your question, says
Hmm.
there are always people who try to make you feel worthless. And
Indeed.
yes, I did feel this way, but it is behind me now.
Awesome. I'm so glad. And that the fact it's behind you means that you powerfully created that experience and you released that. And that I give you honor for that because that takes a lot of courage to walk in new directions and not participate in that belief any longer. It takes a lot of strength. So good job, Leslie.
So
Um,
I was going to ask you. So somebody
yeah.
who's listening now or later and feels kind of not maybe worthless or maybe not as worthy. What
Mm-hmm.
are little things that they can do right away to get them on the way to feel
To
worthy?
re to get their mask back on.
Yeah.
Um, well, basically, I would say the first thing you need to do is you need to start being still and you need to go into meditation and you need to feel what you need to feel. Because a lot of times when there's all this emotional stuff that we've pushed down, we become numb. And that's very common. We become so numb, it's like we don't want to feel anything. And it takes a lot of courage to do this, but it's worth it because that stuff that you need to feel, it's old stuff. It's already done. The energies of the past, but these energies need to be addressed. They need to be felt. They need to be honored so that you can learn from them and then you can release it and you can move forward. You can move higher in vibration. I kind of refer to it as if I want to fly, if I want to go higher in vibration and I want to fly, but I have a big old backpack of bricks on my back of all the heaviness of my past that I'm dragging around every day. Energetically, this is going to be quite exhausting and it's going to pretty much be impossible for me to fly. I'm going to try, but it's like dragging me down. So the first thing that we need to do, if you just visualize the backpack, is what? We need to figure out what the heck that backpack is, and we need to shake it off, and we need to like let it go because it's not us. And once we drop all that energetic vibrational heaviness, we release it. Now, without even trying, we start floating, we start to soar because we've released all that heaviness. So I'd say that's the first thing that I would encourage. If you feel like you're afraid and you're struggling to look into that stuff, which it can happen. There can be a lot of us that I've had clients that suppress stuff. They don't even remember their childhoods because it was so dark. They just blocked it out. I would encourage you to go and seek a healer, an aligned healer, and I would encourage you to meditate before you go into action and ask your angels to please guide you to the most aligned healer and helper who can help you clear that, help you move forward. You want to come from a place of love when you ask rather than when you're in fear and desperation, because sometimes when we're in fear and desperation, we will go to exactly that energy for guidance. So I encourage you to really ask from a vibration of love to be guided and to be led and then honor that knowing and go take action and invest in that healing, invest in that clearing, because that's going to help you move forward. The next step, daily meditation. I would start that immediately after the show. If I were each of you, I would take a little bit of time to be still and quiet. 10, 15 minutes doesn't have to be this huge commitment. It's just being consistent every day. If you're feeling really tense, you're feeling anxiety, that your mask is off so we can learn to feel our Our energy is a great way of teaching us if we're in alignment or not. If I'm feeling anxious and nervous and kind of panicky, I have a pinch in my oxygen tank, or I've actually dismantled my mask in some way. So kind of try to get this visual of the oxygen mask. You want to get that mask back on. I'm breathing again. Source energy is flowing. That is what's going to happen when you enter meditation. When you go into stillness and you release all the heaviness, all the resistance, all the fear, just that one act of releasing resistance is profoundly powerful vibrationally for you. And this is when we can just start maybe the beginning meditations. We're not doing anything, we're just breathing and we're releasing tension from our body. Then we can start to play with conscious creation meditation, is what I call it, where I consciously go into my meditation space to create. So this is where I close my eyes and I visualize and I feel emotionally how amazing it's going to feel to have that soulmate, how amazing it's going to be in that new car that I want to drive, or how amazing it's going to feel to have the house of my dreams where I have a healing room and a yoga studio, and which I manifested that in a couple days. I just visualized it, wrote in my journal to my angels exactly what I wanted. Thank you for taking care of the details. Shut the journal. It was like I ordered pizza. I was not concerned. I'm like, it's on its way. 2 days later, I'm standing in this house that I now live in, that I now lead amazing workshops and healings and do all this magic here. And I honestly give myself so much credit for practicing that meditation time, and my angels so much credit, and all the earth angels so much credit who helped that dream come true. So it's not about any kind of worth or deservability or when the time is right as far as can I go and do this now. If you desire something now and you're ready for it now, you call it to you now. You become one with it now. And vibrationally, if you stay in that space, it's on its way now. It's not got to take long, but you need to stay there consistently. So if it seems like it's taken a while and that dream hasn't manifested in the fullest way yet, trust there's a reason and trust that it's on its way and it's coming in a way that will be really amazing for your highest well-being. I always thank my guides for bringing to me what I ask for in the way that is for my highest good. That's a wise way to ask, because sometimes we could ask for something if we're in an ego place. We may be asking for something that we think we really desire and need, and it's really not what we truly need, and it could be very destructive for us. Or we may want something to happen just like this, and if it did come just like this, it could be very destructive. Like if we weren't prepared to handle that power and we called it in too fast, it could actually be our downfall. So if you trust that your guides and your angels know what you're really ready for and what you can handle, they are reading your vibration, they're assisting you. You just keep focused on your goals and dreams and thank them for bringing it in and feel it into being. Then once you're done with that feeling experience, 10, 15 minutes of meditation, you want to release it to the universe. I will bless that energy and I release it with love, and I thank the universe for orchestrating all the details for my highest good. That's it. And then you relax. I was telling a client today that people make manifesting such a difficult thing, and it's not. It is seriously as simple as ordering pizza. And here's what I'm going to tell you. If each of you are, like imagine you're at a bar and you want to order a drink, and the bartender comes over and they're like, "Hey, what do you want to order?" And you're just like, "I just want something to drink." And the bartender's like, "Well, would you like a Pepsi? Do you want a tea? Do you want a beer? What do you want?" And I don't know, I just want something to drink. And so you kind of can get where I'm going. The bartender is probably just like, seriously, come on, girl. Like, I just want you to tell me what you want because I'm not going to read your mind. I would like you to tell me what you want me to give you, and then I'll give it to you. So when we are asking our angels and our guides for things and we're not very specific, but I just want a car. I just want a car. Your guides are like, well, what kind of car? Be specific. What kind of car? What kind of gas mileage? What color? What do you want the interior to feel like? The more specific you are with what you want, the quicker that will manifest, because it's like ordering pizza. Hey, can I have a pizza? Yeah, I don't know, just whatever you guys want to give me. And they're going to be like, what? Like, what do you want? Okay, here's a better way. This is how most of us would order pizza. It's not a big deal. Yeah, could I get a pizza? I'd like barbecue chicken. Could you throw some onions on there and maybe some bacon bits? What the heck? I'm feeling kind of funky today. And so, yeah, and will you throw some chicken wings in there and a 2 liter of Pepsi? All right, thanks. See you later. Hang up. You go relax. You start setting the table because you know that freaking pizza's on the way, right? we don't get so stressed about it. We're just like, I ordered my pizza. Got 10 minutes. Pizza's going to be here. Come on, kids. Let's set the table. You're ready for your pizza. This is how you need to learn how to manifest your dreams, your soulmate, the car of your dreams. All of it is that simple. You need to be specific with what you want. You need to be clear. You need to let it go and trust it is on its way. And you relax. What happens when it's our pizza, we're pretty chill about it. Even though I have met some people that would be like, oh God, do you think the pizza's going to be on time? Do you think they're going to mess it up? What if they burn it? Like, I have met people that are that neurotic about even pizza. But if we can really realize that it's a pretty simple thing and we can focus on our dreams the same way, this is how we'll bring it in. And we don't need to worry about it arriving. We just trust it's on its way. We need to be specific though. If you're saying, I just want to be rich, I really want to be rich, your guides are like, well, what does that mean to you? What is rich to you? And you need to start exploring emotionally what that means to you. Does rich mean just a lot of money? Or does rich and wealthy mean I have plenty of time with my family and all my bills are paid? Or does it mean I have a yacht in the Caribbean and a lot of women that want me? I mean, everybody's got their version of that. And so we want to be very specific with what our wealth is and what we would like. What are the goals and dreams of our soul mission and desire that we would like to have fulfilled? And what is the very specific way we'd like it to be filled? Be clear, journal it if you'd like, give it to the universe, and release it and trust that it's on its way. Then start watching for the little glimmers of synchronicity that are coming in to guide you. Start watching for the little guidances that come in to say, hey, look, that's your dream, Tanya. What do you think about that? I remember when I wanted my dream car, I wanted a Prius, a pearl white Prius. And to some, that is not their dream car. This is my point. Maybe some people's dream car is a huge, big old truck, with tires 5 feet tall, and that's their dream car. Not mine, but it's theirs. So for me, I was like, I want to be economically efficient. I want to be environmentally friendly. I want to have a nice car that I can tote my stuff around. I do personal training. I do different things with art, and I want room to put stuff in. But I don't want to spend a lot. And I don't want to invest in this war with fuel on the planet. So that seemed like a really great focal point. Prius. Let's go for a pearl white one, gray interior. That sounds good. And when I gave very specific details of the car I wanted, I started to see pearl white Priuses everywhere. It was amazing. And I was just like, are you kidding me? There goes my car. And so what I did is I started imagining every time I see it closer, I'm like, there it is. It's coming closer. It's coming. And my friends would hear me. They're like, what is she talking about? I would get excited, like, there's my car. Oh my God, my car. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. And I'd celebrate that. And one day an opportunity came to go to the dealer. It was like an intuitive, synchronistic day to go. I go in there. We're chatting with the guy. He's showing me cars. We test drive a Prius, but it wasn't a white one. It was like, I can't remember, but we test drove one. And come to find out, I told him I really want a pearl white one. And he checked the lot and they had one pearl white Prius, exactly in the price range I wanted to pay, everything. And I said yes. And I went and signed the paperwork. I wasn't in fear. Oh, what if the angels don't give me money to pay for it? They're going to give you the money. They brought you the car. Why would they withhold the funds now? So we each need to get more discerning about this. We need to realize that if we can powerfully draw it to us, we're going to be able to also draw to us the money to help pay for it. If people want to go on workshops or retreats with me and they're like, Tanya, I really want to go, but I can't afford it. I'm like, if you want to keep telling the universe you can't afford things, you're right. You will never be able to go. But if you want to start saying to the universe, I want to go on Tanya's healing retreat. This sounds amazing. Thank you, angels, for bringing the abundance. Thank you for clearing the path. Thank you for bringing all the details together so that her and I can have an amazing weekend together learning about empowerment. That is the aligned way to manifest. If you want to keep telling the universe you can't afford things, you will not afford them. I promise you, because you are each the creator. Does that make sense to everybody?
Makes sense here. And
Okay.
Kathy's adding her comment about, I guess it's about that there are always people who try to make you feel worthless. She said it's usually a reflection of how they are feeling about some aspect of themselves.
Ah, thank you, Kathy. Yes. And this is whenever I have people project things on me, and trust me, as much as you guys think the high vibrational angel girl never gets messed with, oh, do you have there's another reality to that. But I totally don't expect negative to come to me. I totally welcome love and light. But if low vibration comes in, it's coming in and it's not about me. It's just an energy. It's like a cloud going through the sky. If it's a rainy day, does it mean that the angels don't love us? If they love me, it wouldn't be rainy. No, it's just a rainy day. So when an energy comes in that's low vibration, that's exactly what I will say to it. If it tries to project its stuff on me, I will just simply, whoa, you do not have a right to control my energy. I send you love and light. And I hope that you can look into whatever is going on inside of you that is causing this, because this is not about me. And if we can each start to really speak this to people, when people are freaking out and they're projecting anger, they're coming into the office, slamming the door, and they're pissed off, and then they want to lash out at people and they want to cause them to submit. The first thing we need to realize is it is not about us. It is about them. They are having a battle going on internally in themselves, has nothing to do with us. But it is our important right to shine light on that and to make sure we're safe. So if it feels really uncomfortable, you need to get away from that energy and you need to give it space so that it can find its alignment again. And from a distance, shine light and help guide it back to the light if you choose. And if not, you don't need to owe it anything. You can just move on. But you're absolutely right. That energy and other people, when it's out of alignment, is really a battle within themselves, nothing to do with us. So it's really important that we don't take that personally and shame ourselves. So good job, Kathy. I wanted to read a page since we were talking about manifesting and abundance and all that, I randomly opened to a page from Getting Into the Vortex. And I'd like each of you, if you feel led, to close your eyes for a minute. And as I read these words, take this as a message from the universe directly to each of you to really listen to and process, okay? It says, "We are so pleased to have this opportunity to express to you our appreciation for all that you are. We want to let you know that it is our absolute promise to you that the abundance you seek is coming. We have long enjoyed witnessing the expanding universe and the important part that you play in that expansion as your life causes you to launch continuing desires. But we are particularly exhilarated and excited as we anticipate your conscious realization of your true creative power." That is amazing. That's exactly how I feel about all of you. "There is nothing more delicious than to have conscious awareness of a personal desire, conscious recognition of resistance that is preventing or slowing the manifestation, and conscious releasing of that resistance. And then conscious recognition of the manifestation. That is deliberate, conscious creation at its best. There is no end to life experience, for you are an eternal being with never-ending opportunities for joyous expansion." Really think about that. If someone's trying to control your energy, there's no way they can control it unless you give it to them, and there is nothing that can end you. So if we stopped pretending that there's this illusion that we could be ended or that someone could truly take our power, imagine what would shift on this planet if we all woke up to our power. It will be amazing and incredible. With each new desire that is launched and then allowed to manifest, you will discover yet another platform from which to launch more desire. This process of creation is not about getting the creation finished and finding an end to needed manifestations. It is about the joyous process of expansion. So with that, it's like some of us, if we think that we're supposed to reach a destination and then we're done, it's not really what's happening. Every one of you as a soul are expanding infinitely. We are infinitely expanding. So we're never going to reach that place where we're done. And if we stop thinking that and we stop kind of trying to get to this destination just to be done and we're exhausted, we just want to get there, we will be so much happier when we realize that we are in a constant process of expansion. And if we're in a conscious creation process with that, we will be creating what we really love. That will be fun. Let's see. In the very moment that your intention shifts to a determination to feel good rather than a determination to manifest something, not only will you become a consistently happy person, but all things wanted will flow easily to you. It seems a paradox to some in the beginning, while it is not paradoxical at all. I want these things because I would feel better in having them, but my awareness of their absence prevents me from having them. So this is like a soul that's like, I really want this money because if I had that money, I'd feel a lot better, but I don't have that money. And so I can't feel good because I don't have the money. But if I can find a way of feeling better even without having the money, then the money can be mine. So this is where we come into a vibration of I may not have that money that I want, but I feel good in my vibration and I know that that money is on its way and I am so excited for how spirit is going to deliver it. It is going to be amazing and you're in this energy of excitement and optimism as you await your pizza to arrive. That is how it's going to come. A powerful universal truth is simply this: you cannot attract the presence of something wanted when predominantly aware of its absence. So I hope that really makes sense. I'm going to read that last sentence again. The universal truth is this: you cannot attract the presence of something wanted when predominantly aware of its absence. So ponder that, my friends. And I've got one. Do I have time to read one card, Amnon?
Yes.
Okay. So I drew a card today, and when I drew the card, it was when my client was with me, and I just felt led to share this because it is so fitting to my soul and what I've been going through personally in my own journey. And I feel like perhaps this message will reach some of you and help you understand deeper truth or activate deeper truth in you to be courageous and to be in your alignment and power. The card I drew is an animal totem card, and it's the crow. And here's what crow represents. Crow represents communication, transformation, story, and universal law. Ancient lore tells us that each animal spirit has a unique gateway through which they enter the sacred circle of life. Each doorway is symbolic of the gift that each is destined to bring to the world. There is a gateway for each of the animal species through which their potential is birthed into reality. All are included except for crow. Crow is the gatekeeper. Crow knows the essence of all who come to the circle. He meets each at the threshold of their journey and assists their passage into becoming who they really are. To the ancestors and the native elders, Crow is the totem of Great Spirit, the weaver of light and dark, of inner and outer worlds. He is honored with the deepest respect. Crow's pitchback feathers symbolize pure spiritual strength and creation. With nests perched at the top of the tallest trees, Crow has long been honored for his unique perspective and magic way of seeing and being in the world. Each caw of the crow actually has a different meaning, and the depth of their vocabulary gives us a glimpse of that intelligence. Crows are renowned problem solvers, lock pickers, and tool users. They can survive in almost any situation. When one crow solves or explores something new, others in the clan watch closely and learn, and then spread the word. Crows remember the faces of those who have helped them, as well as those who have harmed them. They do not only carry the story with them throughout their life, they spread the word so that all in their clan know who to trust and who to be careful of. Celebrated by many cultures for their playful and mischievous nature, crows form close friendships with a wide variety of animals, can be seen surfing the wind, sledding in snow, and playing with sticks in the wild, and have even been known to build fake nests high in treetops to confuse their predators. Here's the message. Crow is the guardian of and the messenger of your unique sacred story, the keeper of universal law. He stands at the gateway to assist you into the transition from one chapter into another, from one level of being and doing in the world to the next. As you approach, Crow calls out on your arrival, speaking the story of the steps that you have taken so far, the lessons and the gifts that you have gathered en route to this place. And as you reach the threshold, Crow pauses and stares deep into your soul with cold metallic eyes. He asks you, what have you learned and why you believe that you are ready to move on to the new? What is the purpose of your path? What is your intention? His caw is sharp and penetrating and at times intimidating, but in truth, he does this only as a game. He is not really here to test you or hold you back, but to celebrate and herald your transition into a new realm of experience. He knows that you are ready, for he has watched every step that you have taken on the way and spoken your journey into the great gatherings of the tribe. He knows who you really are, do you? Crow's penetrating stare and abrasive call is a gift, for it gives you the opportunity to strengthen your resolve and to stare right back, stepping forward with even more commitment than before. As you do, Crow breaks into a smile and begins to laugh. The celebration has begun. Another hero has crossed the threshold into the realm of the possible. All smiling, knowing that the path will rise to greet you. Welcome home. And here is your affirmation if any of you want to write this down. I am a unique being, living my story epic and true. I walk my own way to my own beat, weaving ancient wisdom into the sacred new. And I'll read that one more time. I am a unique being, living my story epic and true. I walk my own way to my own beat, weaving ancient wisdom into the sacred new. And I just feel like that is so spot on of a card for me today, for my soul, because some of my friends know the stuff I've been going through personally. And I just feel like we are all here to really be in our power, and we should not be afraid. We should not be afraid to shine, to speak truth, and to stand in our liberation and our freedom. And each of you, you choose to be enslaved or to enslave others, and you choose your freedom. And I hope each of you will choose freedom. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Is there any other questions before we
Nope.
say goodbye?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So thank you all. And thank you, Amnon and Kathy, for nudging Tawnya today, even to really step into her power in even more way than many may understand. And so I honor you guys so much. And I thank all of you for tuning in and for doing your work and for being the warriors you are. Shine that light, friends. Namaste.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Health In with Debbie Bruck, Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Lessons of Vietnam with NCVVI members, The Tawnya Love Show, Your Healthy Pet with Gisela DiCarlo. And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com. Sponsored by Atomus.com, makers of quality video recorders and converters for professionals, CarolinaApparel.com, and DeltaForce.net.